We follow the boys in claret and blue. I can't even do welcomes yesterday. We're into the next round, but oh my God, the frustrations. There's so much to talk about. I'm fuming on the inside for lots of stuff, but chuffed that we've got through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. So, no James today, unfortunately. He is away. But I thought I had to jump on and just talk about last night's experience as a whole. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Obviously, it was the 150th anniversary game, and I'm just so torn between what this has meant for the club, because obviously it's a big thing, and I have to say, on a whole, I was a little bit disappointed. And let me tell you what, before everyone starts jumping in with the hate. If we saw the last episode, the shirt, disappointed, £9 token gesture at best, with a badge sewn on. That's a negative. The positive, love the badge. Right, I'll put the background for this so you can see, because I do love the sentiment of it. I think it's the right thing to do. However, I just can't agree with what they've churning out £80 for, and everyone's going nuts for it and trying to sell it out, or whether it's just a marketing ploy from the Villa, because I think there was loads left. Which brings me on to the next point. I got there for around about 6:30 yesterday, just to try and get into the store, and the queues were just ridiculous. It was out going up past up towards Doug Ellis and down to North Stand entrance. You just really couldn't get by there. Maybe I should have gone earlier, but it's just one of those things, work commitments and from other people who I was going with, and we couldn't. So it's just one of those. So no chance of getting a look at the shirt to see the quality. Did see a few with people who obviously got in and bought it, and yeah, it was a bit meh. And then the programs. What can I say about the programs? Like, I'm chuffed for the people that got them, but I've got someone that works within the club who sells the programs and has done for many years. And I went to see them yesterday, and he told me they'd only printed 5,000. Now, I don't know if that was just because we sit in the Trinity Road. I don't know if that was just for the Trinity Road, or was just for the wholesale. If that's the case, I think it's just piss poor. Why in the hell have we not gone, sorry, print 40,000, make sure everyone gets one? Everyone wanted one. I would have definitely bought one. But again, didn't get one, so massively disappointed. Just for the ones that did, but there you go. I'm hoping that maybe online today, I haven't checked as yet as recording this, but if they come back into stock, I'll try and order one. If anyone's got one and wants to donate one to me, drop us in the comments, like, subscribe, and kind of let me know if you've got one, because I'd love one. If not for me, I'd give it to the father-in-law, because he couldn't get down yesterday, and he's been a lifelong Villa fan, but that's just me, Maybe I'm just being picky. Anyway, that's my little rant about the 150th. So there is one more thing. So the positive this is, I thought the banner up at the Holt, and the actual atmosphere and the ambience of the colours was superb, and the video beforehand with all the highlights and stuff highlighting some of our most magical times was brilliant. But the actual spectacle of the kits and the programmes, I just think it could have been handled better, and I think we deserved a better anniversary top. Having said that, when the players came out in it, the shorts I thought looked pretty decent with the black shirt. I think it looked good on the players from a distance, but up close, like I say, a few of the guys where he was wearing the top, and it just looks like a training top with a badge sewn on. It's really poor, in my opinion. But let me know, drop us a comment, let me know your thoughts, because I'm sure there's going to be love and hate for it both. Anyway, on to the game. Let's move on to the squad first and foremost. Now, when it came out, I always get nervous when I see Robin Olsen's name on the team sheet. I just do. So I was nervous from the start anyway, right? Obviously, West Ham have got that bounce back with the new manager, Graham Potter, and so I was nervous. And Robin Olsen does not fill me with any confidence. Other than that, back four, I was kind of happy for. Cash, Cons and Mings and Matson, I thought that was good. Matson needs minutes. Like him, I thought, yep, happy with that. Midfield, I think, yeah, it kind of made sense for what he went with. Kamara, Barkley, Bailey with minutes after scoring with Tillemans. Yeah, I think that was probably the right choice. And then Rodgers and Watkins up front. So, if anyone saw my short yesterday, I have to say the first half was the worst 45 minutes of football I've ever seen at Villa Park. And first thing I want to do is give West Ham credit, because obviously new manager bounce. They set up to frustrate us. They just wanted it more. They worked tirelessly in the first half to close us down, to get back into position, to try and frustrate us. And because I think teams have worked out very quickly that we struggle to break down teams that part the bus. And when they were defending, they had more or less 6 at the back, and we just didn't have an answer to it in the first half. And we were, which brings me on to the first point I want to make, is the tempo of our play in the first half. We just can't. I get so frustrated because we're going into games as if we are divine right of winning them, and just we can play at this slow tempo, passing out from the back without putting in the effort to kind of move the ball quick enough to unsettle teams like West Ham and middle of the table teams that do come and try and be defensive. We just didn't move it quick enough, and West Ham pounced on us in the first couple of minutes that they had a chance, because we just not switched on. And then the goal, it's I'm not going to lay blame solely on Matson, but he goes to try and win a ball, he doesn't. They get him behind, but there's 3 stages of play there. The guy, I can't remember who scored for West Ham. It was Paqueta, was it? And he's completely unmarked to the far post. No one has switched on it. They move the ball relatively quickly, and he's completely unmarked. I'm a 1-0 down in 9 minutes. Again, like early goal, another goal conceded. And at half time, I was fuming because the amount of times we could have moved the ball quickly out to Matson. Matson looks like he's a willing runner. He wants to get in behind, and Mings defensively, I think he's sound. Right? I think he's a better defender than Torres, but he does not have the ability of ball playing of Torres, which is frustrating because it's right in front of him. Matson's just a clearer. Just give him the ball. If it comes back, it comes back. But give him the ball and make him make a decision of going forward. This constant just coming back to play safe, playing across the back line. It's possession based again. That's how we play. But it reminded me of the 2015 season where we had no ideas going forward, and we did it in the first half. No movement at all from anyone in midfield, really. We just looked so static, and it was so easy for West Ham to kind of control the game, really, and we offered nothing. And so players in the first half, which for me, just again the frustration builds, and it seems like we're saying the same things, but Bailey, Watkins, and Rodgers in the first half. What was the point of them? Show me the point. Show me any highlights of a real. I think Watkins had 1 touch in the first half. Rodgers couldn't control the ball. We were so sloppy in possession as well, which didn't help. We just looked a million miles off it. So whether that was the occasion, whether it was the freezing cold, I don't know. It was as poor as performance as you'll see from Villa this season. And I genuinely thought, I said to my father-in-law sitting next to me, are the wheels coming off? Are we kind of in decline? Because if anyone has seen the preview for this game, and I thought, I get this fire in my belly before. And yesterday I was genuinely buzzing about getting to the game. I thought, this is the one. Right, they're going to turn up. Watkins is playing for his place. Bailey's playing for his place. With potential signings coming in, let's see some real tempo and impetus of going out there and trying to win the game. And it just was non-existent. It was. So I didn't hold up much hope for the second half. So those slow starts are killing us, and we've got that horrible habit of conceding goals and not being able to score. And it's got to change. We need something to change, like in this month. Please bring in some new blood. 1 or 2 signings I'll take, just to give a rocket up everyone's arse to go, don't get complacent. Let's kind of go at this second half of the season, and let's see if we can get a run going, because ultimately, magically, I don't know how, we're still in it all. We're 2 wins away from being in the mix, and if we could win 2 or 3 games on the back, tough ask, I know, right? But if you can, we're right back in it. We did it last year. Come on, the Villa, we can do it. So that's my rant for the first half, right? Let's get into the second half, right? So we get into the second half, and again, I was a bit dubious. I was colder this time. My hands were freezing. And if I'm honest, we started pretty much the same. It was slightly better. There was a slight shift in the tempo. I will say this: Barkley going off and Onana coming on. I thought Onana actually did well. I think he did break up play well. He was trying to get stuck in, but we all know it's a team game. One man kind of closing down doesn't do it. Everyone else seems to be off it. I just wanted us to work harder. And as the game gone, first 10, 15 minutes, we just started to close people down a little bit more. But even at the start of the second half, there was 2 passes to play in the corner where I think Tillemans come across to press. Kamara didn't back him up. And he was just playing around like he was pointless. And you go, come on, guys. Like, if we're going to do that, everyone press together. Like, it's not rocket science. It's very simple with the pressing game. If you don't all do it, you just get picked off because that's the quality of the Premier League. And I know it's the FA Cup, but we're playing a Premier League team. So just massive frustrations. But then after that, we slowly started to kind of do that better, and we put them under a little bit of pressure, and they started making mistakes. They started giving the ball away, and I just thought, finally. And then obviously, impact substitutions, it's really important. I have to say that credit is where it's due. So, 71 minutes, I think it was, he brought Buendia and Ramsey on for Kamara and Bailey. And I think this is a good change from Emery. I think it was a good tactical change. And I've got to give credit for Buendia. I thought he changed the game when he came on. He kept things nice and simple, tried to move the ball quickly. And for the first time, it took us 71 minutes, right, to play a ball through the lines, right? And I think it was Konza. It may have been Mings. I can't remember. But, you know, Buendia's first touch was brilliant. He played it straight out to Watkins. This was for the second goal. And Watkins assisted Rodgers. Great goal. Wonderful goal. Great football. But that was one time. And I have to say, other than that, I thought Rodgers and Watkins were piss poor last night. I really do. I think they were, again, just the basics getting so wrong. Movement was poor. They didn't control the ball. Rodgers held onto the ball for too long, which is his weakness. I don't want to be too critical of Rodgers because he's arguably one of our best players. But I was disappointed in Watkins because I really thought it was a good shout for him to put in a real gutsy performance to give Emery a headache of choosing him. But from what I saw yesterday, I think it's an easy decision that Duran will start against Everton on Wednesday. But having said that, the history will say that Watkins got another assist, and that's great because it's won us the game. But let's not be disillusioned there. That was not a great performance for 90 minutes. We played for 20 minutes, from 70 to 90, and there was a. Let's be brutally honest. I'm sure West Ham fans are absolutely fuming at this, but the first goal was a little bit of luck, wasn't it? Because it wasn't a corner. Obviously, I mean, the irony is that there was a shot beforehand from Tillemans that was a corner that wasn't given. So I think that's why it was given, which is annoying when you say it balances it out. But that's the way it is. They'll also have a shout for a foul. Conte committed a foul on one of their players, dragging him down. Thankfully, there was no VAR. And that's just the way. That's the beauty of the FA Cup. I just think keep without VAR. Let the referees handle the game. If they miss it, you play on. And I think Onana was alive to it. Great strike from Maatsen. And I think we got a little bit lucky because it just deflects off their defender, and it means the ball doesn't go into Fabianski's hands, and it kind of ends up hitting him in the chest, bouncing back out, hitting their player, and then it's a tap in and euphoria. Right. So it's one of those where, at this point in the season, as much as I want to see us playing silky football and all that kind of stuff, it has to be about results. We have to push on. And this is a massive result because we've lost the last 6 home FA Cup fixtures. And so to win against the Premier League team, you know, our home record is still good. We're doing well. I'll take it. We're into that for the next round. Come on, let's get the draw going after this week. Hopefully we can have a bit of a cup run because it may well be the confidence that we need. So it's kind of frustrating because we're still a million miles off it, but it's a results-based industry. So hopefully this is onwards and upwards. Again, another big shout out for I thought Ramsey, when he came on, looked lively as well. He was so unlucky with his shot that hit the post. I thought it was in. I was up celebrating. And I think that would have killed the game. We still have to talk about the defensive frailties, though, in the depth of our squad, because even at 2-1, we looked like we wanted to gift them a goal. I think Olsen was guilty of I mean, he just can't catch anything. I think 4 crosses came into the box and he just dropped every single one. Martinez would have just gathered them up and, it would have been just managed the game. And then Olsen gives the ball, passes the ball straight to their player. There was a couple of other guilty parts of that. Like I say, sloppy in possession. We have to be better at game management. Like, this is now an experienced Emery squad. Most of these players have been with him for 2 years. We've got to start eradicating these mistakes to move on, in my opinion. Hopefully we can. I'm buzzing for the next round. I hope we get a decent draw up the Villa. That's all I can say. I'm buzzing. Because I'm on my own, it's not going to go on for too much longer. I've just got one more cool story to tell. So there's an Everton preview coming out on the channel on Monday, I think at 6, so please tune in for that. Like and subscribe so you don't miss it. But I'm hoping to do a bit. I've just had a text message to say that I've managed to sort tickets for the Everton game on Wednesday, so it looks now like I'm going to be going to the game. I'm going to try and do a little bit of a vlog and kind of get it on here so you guys can enjoy the away day experience, because I know we all want to go, but it's difficult to get tickets. I've been very lucky. I think I mentioned one of the previous shows that my daughter, who's got muscular dystrophy, we do a lot of work with Acorns, and we met the squad in December, and John McGinn said he might be able to sort some tickets, and I think he's done that, so big up to John. I know you're probably not watching, but if you can, a massive thank you. So it looks like it's happening. So in this realm of hostility, because I've been a bit critical of this 150th and the club milking us for all the corporate stuff, I think the players themselves and the people that organise within them are there's some good people there, I think, and trying to do good things in the community. And I know they can't do that for everyone, and we're just incredibly blessed in lots of ways to have access to meeting these teams, but meeting these things, and it's just, I'm very grateful and I'm looking forward to the experience. So hopefully you can tune in and enjoy it. Like I say, short and sweet. Only 17 minutes, but sometimes that's the best thing. But look out for the draw. Big up to moving on to Wednesday against Everton. I'm buzzing. We're in the FA Cup 4th round, up the Villa, and every week we follow the boys in claret and blue. Don't forget to drop us a like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.